So you want to know where the best places to live in Carmel, the most exclusive areas are? Well, today we're going to go ahead and take you through 4 different neighborhoods to show you what Carmel has to offer in terms of the most exclusive neighborhoods. You don't want to miss it. Welcome to the Discovering Central Indiana YouTube channel. I'm Eric with the Pels Realty Group, and if this is your first time on the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Central Indiana, go ahead and subscribe below. My business partner Julie and I, we get calls and texts every single day from people just like you who are looking to make the move to Central Indiana. So whether that's in 9 days or 9 months, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or set up a Zoom call. Today we are in Carmel, Indiana. It's one of the most desirable places to live in the U.S. and in Indiana. It's known for its different schools and the quality of life. So today we're going to go ahead and take you through 4 different neighborhoods at 4 varying price points, but the cheapest is going to be in the $700,000. The first stop on our list of neighborhoods is going to be the Village of West Clay. Now, this is a massive 700-acre community, and it's almost like a little city inside of Carmel. This community is located between Ditch Road and Town Roads going north, and then going east to west is going to be 41st Street and 116th Street. Right now, we are in the heart of the downtown area in the Village of West Clay, and it has so many different shops and amenities, as you can see right along here as well. You even have a clubhouse right behind me. And so some of the amenities are going to be 4 different clubhouses, 7 miles of walking trails. You got pools, tennis courts, playgrounds, and this area right here, a lot of people like to take their dogs to run, walk. The Village of West Clay just has a lot to offer, and just a lot of different amenities and different unique housing options too. So when we talk about pricing for this neighborhood, you're going to start in the low 700s, and then you're going to go all the way up to $1.2 million plus. These homes are just vastly different. The nice thing about the Village of West Clay is just how different all these homes look. They're not very cookie cutter. There will be some similarities in certain sections, like the section that we're in right now. It has a more older look. Some of these homes feel more colonial, but generally speaking, each home is going to be very different than your neighbor. It gives these homes nice character. This community also offers condos and apartments. And one nice thing about the apartments is you can actually buy them. Now, you can rent some of them, but you also have the option to buy apartments, which is not very common here in Central Indiana. And when we're talking about prices for apartments and condos, for the apartments, you're gonna look anywhere from between $230,000 to $300,000. For the condos, you're looking at a minimum of $600,000. And these apartment buildings have different names. For example, you got the Dartmouth House and so on and so forth. The Village of West Clay just has so many different shops, restaurants here. They also have doctor's offices, vets, wealth management as well. It's just a lot. It's a little town in itself, and it's just really cool. The second stop on our list is going to be Crooked Stick, and as you can see right behind me, it's the Crooked Stick Golf Course. So this community, the golf course was actually made first, then the community was filled out. The Crooked Stick Golf Course was created by Pete Dye in the mid-60s. Actually, it was created by Pete and his wife Alice Dye. So these homes are going to range anywhere from 1.5 million to all the way up to 6 million. So very different, it's a big price range, big jump in price. But I will say, just walking through, these homes are very beautiful, very architecturally different. And I will say this home right here, oh, that's beautiful. I love that home. These homes are going to be anywhere from the 60s, even up to 2017. I know at one point there were a few empty lots where you could build. I'm not entirely sure if these still are empty lots. Most likely not, because considering how old this community is and how old the neighborhood is. So one thing I will say about Crooked Stick is when you buy one of these homes, depending on what year, you know, you might have to do some renovations depending on the style of the previous owner, what they did and what updates they did, especially when it's going to be in the 60s. So just keep that in mind. But in my research on Crooked Stick and the community, it does not look like that you have to have a membership to the golf course when you buy a home here, which is nice. You can always get that membership if you wanted to, but it is not required, because I know so many different people conduct business at Crooked Stick. I actually used to be a caddy at Crooked Stick, and being a caddy was interesting because I learned that golfers swear like sailors. So it was kind of funny. Just walking through here, just very beautiful homes, very architecturally different. The lots that these homes are on are quite large. So you have your space, like, you know, so we're on the road leading to the golf course, and this home right here It's set back quite a ways. You got nice trees. You have nice mature trees in this community because, I mean, it's an older community, but you know, these homes, they're very impressive. You got a combination of different styles, colonial, some more modern, and just ranging in different sizes of homes too. You're gonna have the mansions, but then you're gonna have some smaller homes too, like ranch style homes. So as I approach this intersection right here, there's going to be a home right there. As I'm pointing at it, hopefully you guys can see it. It is smaller, it's a ranch style home, but at the same time, it's still a really nice home.
Third stop on our list is going to be Bayhill. Bayhill is located right off of 126th Street and Gray, not far from 116th. There are parts of this community that do come out on 116th Street. In terms of like amenities that you're gonna have nearby this community, you're gonna have downtown Carmel. That's going to be your biggest feature, which is not far from here at all. You have some little shopping centers here and there as well. But I'm going to say the biggest highlight of this community itself in Bayhill is going to be the lake that is in this community, lakefront property. It's beautiful. These homes are just very, I don't want to say vast, but they're different. A lot of them are architecturally different. You're going to see some similarities here and there, but you have nice sweeping roof lines, you know, different gables. They are beautiful homes. Now, this isn't the most expensive neighborhood that you're going to come across, but it is definitely up there. You're going to start in the high 700,000s, and then you're going to go all the way up to $1 million plus. So that's what we're looking at with pricing. An interesting thing with the Bayhill neighborhood is it is made up of 4 different neighborhoods. This community is made up of 4 different neighborhoods under one HOA, the Weststone HOA. So basically they came in, you know, and just created it. One community is how they say. It's one community, 4 different neighborhoods, but you're going to have shared amenities. You're going to have a shared clubhouse and pool. You got tennis courts, lots of trails, and what's really nice is you have trails going around the pond. And back in 2018, I remember I was working a landscaping job and we were mowing, and I remember coming into this community and thinking, wow, this is a really, really nice, beautiful community with this lake. And it's a hidden gem in Carmel because you don't think that this community is actually going to be here, you know, until I came through this community, you know, back in 2018. I had no idea that it existed. So it is definitely a hidden gem, in my opinion, here in Carmel. Because when you think of lakefront property, if you want lakefront property, you can get it here. But when you think of lakefront, you're going to think about more Geist in Fishers. So you do have, you know, the potential to get lakefront property here in Carmel. And with that lake, you can do some, you know, probably some small boating, paddle boating, all that kind of stuff. I don't believe you are allowed to fish in the pond. I'm sure that's probably some HOA rules, but just driving through this community, it's a very nice and quiet community. It's 3:35 when I'm driving through here, and it's quiet. You know, it's a Tuesday afternoon, right around the time where a lot of kids are going to be coming home from school. People will be starting to come home from work. It is a nice, serene community, quiet. You got a nice wide road, you got nice sidewalks. I'm seeing a lot of people walking their dogs, walking with their kids, just enjoying the very warm weather here in March. So it's a very cool community, and the fact that it's made up of 4 different neighborhoods in one community, so that means it's super expansive. But, you know, we're just covering Bayhill now, because each neighborhood has their own name, but they're all interconnected. But again, we're just covering Bayhill because that's the more expensive neighborhood within this community. Now, granted, if you wanted to get in any of the other neighborhoods, it's still not going to be cheap. You're looking at a minimum of $500,000. So just keep that in mind. But one big feature is just, you know, how close you are to downtown Carmel, and just the small little shopping centers that you've got right around this general area. You have a bunch of middle schools around this area, right off of 126th Street. The only downside about 126th Street, in my opinion, is you got 2 school zones almost back to back, and it's a speed limit of 30 to 35. No one really goes that speed limit. You know, it's more of a suggestion unless you see a cop, then you want to go the speed limit. But anyway, this is what I'm seeing here in Bayhill. Beautiful community. Definitely worth checking out if it's within your budget. So our fourth and final stop is going to actually be kind of a 2-4, so 2 different neighborhoods, but they're connected basically. So first neighborhood you're going to look at is going to be Walnut Creek and then Kings Hill, since they are both connected. But so right now we are currently in Walnut Creek. Walnut Creek is a lot smaller than Kings Hill. So Walnut Creek is going to be the more executive portion, you could say, of the community. Very beautiful homes. In terms of pricing, you're going to be in at least $1.1 million and up for your pricing. And just driving through here, very nice homes, different, you know, roof lines and whatnot. So what I'm seeing mainly is you're going to have side loading garage doors, 3-car garages at a minimum. These homes are most likely all going to have basements, because if you're not, you know, if you're paying for a $1.1 million home and not having a basement, it's like, what the heck are you paying for? But ooh, a Rolls Royce in front of me. I'm a fan of cars and I like Rolls Royce. Anyway, but you know, most of these homes are going to be masonry. You know, got brick at the front of the house. You're going to have stone, but then you're also going to have some siding as well, probably more hardy plank siding. But driving through it, you know, you got more colonial style, and then you have nice pillars, and then you got a few modern ones. But most of these homes are going to be just a little older, built anywhere from the 80s to 90s, based off of just what I'm seeing here. But you know, side loading garages, just different colors of homes. They all match well, but I'm predominantly seeing a lot of masonry within this community. And then, you know, jumping over to Kings Hill, which we are actually now, you know, finally driving into that Kings Hill portion of the community. It's definitely more affordable. I say that with a big grain of salt. So you're going to be anywhere from the 700,000s all the way up to over $1 million. But these homes in general have some more common themes. You know, I can definitely see similarities with these homes, but at the same time, they're still very nice homes. A lot of these homes are going to be side loading garage doors. You're going to have anywhere from a 3-car to a 4-car garage, depending on the home. Most of these homes are probably going to be having basements, but it varies. You know, they are similar in price. You know, it starts a little cheaper than Walnut Creek, but I mean, honestly, not by much, because you can easily find, you know, $1 million homes within this community here. You know, they are nice. You know, again, a combination of masonry, lots of masonry all over, you know, mainly brick. Also, I'm seeing what I would call almost like a stucco finish on a few of these homes, where or maybe what they did is they just you know, put mortar over the brick to kind of give it a nice smooth finish. But you know, you have a lake here, you got kids playing, and hopefully don't come out in front of me as I drive. Thank you very much. Anyway, so you know, in terms of amenities within these two communities, you really don't have any amenities other than, like, you know, sidewalks, and you got a lake in Kings Hill. But you know, you don't really have any amenities. You do have some shopping centers that are not far from these communities whatsoever. So these communities are located right off of 106, and they're sandwiched in between Town Road and Shelbourne Road. And it's kind of you could call the more executive portion of Carmel. So, but just driving through here, beautiful homes, nice roof lines. You know, as I said, some similarities, mostly masonry homes. You do have some, you know, siding, more, I think, wood siding on some of these homes, and that's going to be more at like the top portion of the house, because most of these homes are going to be 2 stories. You know, there's a few ranches here and there. Same thing with Walnut Creek. You know, you see some, you know, like 1 or 2 ranches, but it's going to be predominantly masonry homes. You know, nice homes. You know, driving through here at, you know, 4:30, it's a little busier out just because people are coming home, kids are coming home, they're running around, all that fun stuff. More busy here in the Kings Hill community than in the Walnut Creek. But remember, Walnut Creek and Kings Hill, they are connected, so that's why I'm talking about both of them. You know, Kings Hill, much larger community, but no pools, no official trails. Same thing with Walnut Creek, no pool, no trails. You got some sidewalks, but that's pretty much it with this community. But definitely a very nice neighborhood if it definitely fits within your budget. So when in terms of nearby amenities, some of the closest amenities you're going to have are going to be right off of 86th Street. So, you know, we're not far from the Indianapolis and Carmel border at all. So when you go and you want to do your shopping, you're most likely, you know, if you want to do it close, it's going to be in Indianapolis on 86th Street. You got a ton of different shopping off of 86th Street. You even have the Fashion Mall off of 86th Street. But granted, that's probably a, you know, 15 to 20 minute drive from Kings Hill or Walnut Creek to the Fashion Mall, because 86 you have so many different lights. It's just light after light after light, so it will take you at least 20 to 25 minutes to get to the actual Fashion Mall. But still, you know, that is a perk. You're not terribly far from the Fashion Mall, depending on traffic, because that really is what it depends on, or how many, you know, lights you get caught by with 86th Street. I have a love-hate relationship with 86th Street because it can take you a little bit of time to get places just because of the traffic, the lights, and honestly, the roads have much to be desired. So, because you're in Indianapolis and they have terrible roads. But those were the different neighborhoods here in Carmel, Indiana. What was your guys' favorite one? I personally am a massive fan of Village of West Clay and of Bayhill, because Bayhill is a beautiful community. It's almost, it is a hidden gem in my opinion. Really nice community. And so when we're talking about just like, you know, home prices, you know, on the upper end of things, on the upper end of the scale here in Carmel, when we're talking about the different areas within Carmel, most of the expensive homes, and you could say the executive homes, are going to be more on the southwest side of Carmel. Now, granted, there are going to be some pockets here and there that, you know, you have like $1 million homes. You'll have some $1 million homes right by downtown Carmel, Indiana. You're going to have some different, you know, pockets, like I said. But generally speaking, all the really expensive homes are predominantly going to be off of Town Road 106 after you pass over 31 on the east side, or excuse me, the west side of 31, and then you got Shelbourne Road as well. So it's just a bunch of different things, you know, pockets. But then also when you get closer, the funny thing is when you get closer to Indianapolis, the more expensive the homes are going to get when you're in Carmel, because you had some more, you know, space to expand within Carmel, since you're a little farther out from downtown. So it's just interesting in how that works. And the funny thing is, you know, you'll have $1 million neighborhoods right across the street from, say, you know, anywhere from like a $400,000 to $500,000 neighborhood here in Carmel. I mean, you'll have that anywhere, but it's interesting to see for sure just on how that works. And that's not, you know, uncommon for honestly anywhere in the US. But generally speaking, all the really expensive homes, like, you know, neighborhoods like Laurelwood Private, Bridleborn, you know, Crooked Stick is off of 106th Street in town. You got, you know, Laurelwood Private, like I said, that's going to be off of 106th Street. And then you got, you know, Walnut Creek and Kings Hill, that's also off of 106th Street. And then Village of West Clay is going to be off of Town Road. So you have all of these communities that are so close to each other within 2 to 3 miles, honestly. And that's just kind of how it is here in Carmel. So that's just kind of like a little insight for you guys on just how Carmel is laid out in general too. Most of the more of the expensive homes are going to be on the southwest end of Carmel. And hopefully you guys have found this video helpful. And remember, if you're looking to move in 9 days or 9 months, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or set up a Zoom call.